Friends, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to do our last Easter mini today. So for the base color, I am using Kenny Mayo 934. So I'm going to start with Maniology plate M287, and we're going to work with this image here. This plate has a lot of cute little things you could also do for spring, so I may end up coming back to this plate for a few things, but we'll kind of play it by ear and see. But I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to use Maniology's Acorn B498 for the pickup. I did think about doing like some different colors, but because it's got the rabbit, I didn't want like a colorful rabbit, so I'm just going to stick with this for now. Got a lot of little details, so I'm going to come down with that polish. Okay, now we're going to go to Maniology plate M562, and I'm going to get this image here first. It's always nice when images pick up well the first time. Okay, and I also want to get this little Easter basket here. Super cute. Gotta have the Easter basket for Easter. And I'm probably going to come back to that in a minute on that plate or both plates. So I'm going to start reverse stamping this image, and I was trying to look to see kind of what everything is. So I see some flowers and looks like some greenery. Not real sure what this here is supposed to be. So we'll kind of work as we go and see if it'll kind of come together better. Okay, so for the rabbit's bow, I'm going to use Maybelline turquoise tease. I was picking it up to see if it comes down any, because I thought it did, but now I don't really, the line I'm seeing, I think, is actually for the rabbit, but I could be wrong. Maybe it'll come together better as we go. Okay, for the flower in the middle, I'm going to use Paparazzi Dandelion Fuzz. I really like a lot of the paparazzi polishes. Those typically are like $3, I think, for one, or sometimes you can get them like two for 5, but they have some fun colors. Okay, so for some of the greenery, I'm gonna go to Maybelline Tropic Talks. So I'll just use up my polishes and then I switch to other colors. So I have one lined up after this one because it is getting low, but it is still going. So I'm kind of the type that just use what I got first. Otherwise I'm gonna have so many uh, bottles that are sitting there just with half of them in there. So I just been trying to use them up. So I'm gonna color any of them that are kind of like that tone, or not that tone, excuse me, that shape. So I can tell these are the same as that set. Oh, I missed a flower. So I'm gonna do that one, the middle of that one the same, and I'll be back. Okay, now on these two, it looks like maybe they are the tops to some carrots. So there's a little bit coming up out of the ground. So I'm gonna use Candy Mayo 957 for that. Also, I will mention those paparazzi colors are from CVS. I guess I assume that's the only place you can get them, unless you like order them. Guess it's supposed to be like their brand, maybe? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Still don't know what these are. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little right here for this one as well. Okay, for the bunny's tail, I'm gonna do Color Vibe in Whiteout. Okay, for the other green area, I'm gonna go to Candy Mayo 961. That way there's a difference in the color tones between the greens. You have to get quite a bit of this one. It's a bit um, thin. So I do have to get more to make it show up. Okay, looks like this is supposed to be some greenery as well. And let's go ahead and do this little piece right here. Also, I wanted to mention in my last video, I noticed not up on uh while I was filming or when I did playback, but when it was on posted, I could tell there's a yellow tint on it compared to the past videos. I do not know what that is about because I did not change anything. So I'm just letting you know I do acknowledge it. I just don't know why it's there. Don't know how this one is going to do because, again, I haven't changed anything and I don't know what was going on. So just so you know, I did see it. Okay, for the actual bunny, I'm going to use Candy Mayo 938. So compared to the white, there is a difference. Okay, so I'll finish this part up and be right back. Okay, so for the flowers, I'm going to do one in Maybelline Plenty Pink. Okay, had to get a little bit more out. And let's also do one in yellow because I couldn't decide, do I want them both pink or not? And so I've decided that we're going to do one of each. So I'll just use my typical Pure Ice Showstopper. And if you didn't want to do like some reverse stamping on all your nails, this could just be the one that you do and then the rest just have as, just to have a color on your nails. And this would be like the main image. I'm super curious if any of you do know what this is supposed to be. I don't know still. I'm gonna assume it's some type of a vegetable, maybe? I don't know. We're just gonna do them with Candy Mayo 937 because I just can't figure it out. Because it doesn't look like a flower to me, and it doesn't look like carrots. I'll do the tops of them, I think, in a different color, just so, because it looks like that's how it should be, but let's just do Candy Mayo 952. Okay, so I think I'm gonna bring that olive green uh more throughout because it looks like it's on ground, but I don't want it to look like dirt. So I'm just gonna bring some of that around. Not gonna fuss over it being like super opaque or anything for that part. Okay, so I'll finish this part and then I'll show you, friends. All right, look at our little bunny garden. I'm gonna leave the upper portion uncolored so that pink background can come through for it. Right, so this bunny, there's some carrots at the bottom, so we'll go back to Candy Mayo 957 for those. So we're supposed to have some bad storms come through over the weekend, but it's kind of going back and forth. They kind of keep changing it. So I'm hoping not, but if so, sure, I'll just be home anyway, but trying to figure out if this one's supposed to also be a carrot. I think that one's an egg. It looks a little bit different. So we're going to make that one an egg. Okay, but the tops of the carrot I will do in green. And I'm just going to do that with Tropic Talks. Okay, and there's also some greenery right up in here, so I'll do that as well. And there's also a little flower right there. So we'll do that one in here in a minute. I think these are some little flowers too. All right, and the flowers I'm going to do in yellow. Okay, on the large egg, the circles, I'm going to do LA Colors and Energy. Okay, and this bunny, let's do Candy Mayo 951. And for his open ear here, I'm not gonna color, I'm gonna try not to color that part in and let the background, uh, that pink come through for that. But this ear over here doesn't have that, so this one I will go ahead and color in. Just realized I didn't get me any Cadbury eggs this year. I like those. Okay. Okay, that's probably part of the egg. there. It's going to be a little bit difficult to not get part of inside the ear, but that's okay. I'm just going to try to lightly go around it. So I think for the eggs, I'm gonna like the rest of this one and then the bottom one, I'm gonna do Kenny Mayo 939. And it's okay if I'm covering the green from this side because when I flip it, you don't see it. Okay, so I did get a bit over too much with that light green. That's okay. Just be a colorful egg. Okay, so for the Easter basket, I want to do the bow in that same pink I used earlier. Having to tap it because it made it peel up a little bit. Okay, we'll add some yellow flowers. So I kind of want to make it like a treat basket. So instead of the bunny being like a, an actual bunny, I want it to be like a chocolate bunny. Of course, you could go either way with it. So let's do the inner ear like this tone, Kenny Moyo 938. You know what I'm talking about? Like how they still have some that have like a little bit of colors to them. Like that's what I'm kind of going for to make it look more candy-like. So while that dries, I'm going to do one of the eggs in that bright green. I'm going to do one in orange. LA Colors and Stardom. Okay, we'll do a couple in the purple I used earlier. I think I also missed a flower right there. So we'll get that in a minute. Okay, and I see two more eggs. Let's do those in that blue. That's not blue. That's funny. In the blue I used earlier. I was going to do a light pink and then I just realized, no, the background, that's what color that is. So what is that? All right, and then Tropic Talks for the little grassy bits. All right, for the chocolate bunny, we're going to do Candy Mogo 941, and hopefully he'll look like a chocolate bunny. Okay, after 20 minutes of trying to decide what color I want the basket, let's do Candy Mogo 937. And I was like, do I do it a brown tone, white, off-white? I couldn't decide. So let's do this. So for the line here, for the handle, I'm going to tap it. Tap, tap, tap. That just helps me to stay in the line and keeps the image from peeling up. So if you're wondering, when sometimes I do get too much polish because some of my colors don't have as much, and so some of them I've got to really get it out of there, and others they have enough, and then I just get them kind of, I guess, not confused, but I just start plopping it on there. So sometimes I do try to save what I can. I'll just kind of brush it back up if it's not too dry. All right. And is that a good idea? I don't know, but I do it. So I was going to start applying the images before I do anything else. And what I've kind of decided is I think this would be really pretty, which it says LA Colors Unicorn Sparkle Double Rainbow over the pink. And I should be able to still apply the image with this as the sticky base. As long as it's tacky, it should work. So I'm going to apply this, and when it's ready to stamp down the image, I will come back. And you could also still apply like a clear coat if you wanted. And I can tell this isn't going to take very long because this kind of seems like it must be drying out a bit. Okay. So I'm trying to put it to where there's going to be a piece of the top and a piece of the bottom showing. So yeah, it did work as the sticky layer. So as long as it's anything you use as tacky, should be fine. Now some may be a bit more finicky than others, but sometimes you don't know if you don't try. So just so you can see the difference real quick. And I always go in the order of so like, okay, what I'm trying to say is because I reverse stamped to this one first, it's had more dry time. So I'm going to apply it before I apply the Easter basket. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that before it gets too dry. And I'm bracing my finger here so that I can get it where I want it because a shaky person, plus I drink coffee, which really doesn't help. So that just helps me to stabilize my hand. And I was going slow just to make sure I do get it where I want it. So I'll quickly mention um, to tell if it's tacky, I just touch it. but I was also mentioned recently, but in case you missed it, um, I'll touch, I've learned to touch my finger to like my sticky, like my lint roller or any kind of sticky surface to make sure there's no like polish or anything on the pads of my fingers before touching. Otherwise, it does get on there. I'm not saying I won't ever do it again, but I have learned that. So now what I'd like to do is, because this is going to be my last chance to do this, Easter wise, is I really like this egg and I want to use it. Um, so that's what we'll do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this color tone. I'm not going to add the sparkle to this one or the other one. They're both going to get some eggs. So it has a layering part, so you would do this one first in whatever color you want, and then go over it with whichever design you want in a different color. Um, or if you didn't want to do that, you could pick this image up, reverse stamp it, or not even reverse stamp it, just pick it up in the color you want and place it down. I think I really want a dark colored egg. In this image, I'll do a different color. I just think it'd be so pretty. So let me go ahead and do Acorn. No, let's do Boba. That's Maniology's Boba B330. I love a chocolate brown and pink together. So you could also have done that one or do that one as a chocolate egg. Okay, so this one I'm going to center because I have another. It's okay. It's missing a little bit. It doesn't really bother me. If it does bother you, you can just touch it up. So we can do that. So let me just take off any excess off of the brush. Just touch a little bit. I mean, the little tiny baby piece right here. Gosh, well, now I couldn't decide which pink I wanted to go with. I really want to go with this one, but I was worried if it's going to blend too much. But let's just try it. Maniology Strawberry Blush B515. This image here. Oh, see, it slides down off of the brush. That's pretty. I like it. So let's stick with boba for this one as well, for the large egg. And we'll just do that one in a different color tone, as far as the layering part. Okay. The piece on the stamper I needed to get off so it wouldn't get on the nail. So for this one, let's go blue. Maniology's Blue Ribbon B455. Let's do this one. That's pretty. Okay, and then I'd like to back over to this plate. Let's get a couple of these small ones. So for this one, let's do manually use Baum Watt B170 for the layer part, or the first layer, I should say. I didn't get that one too good. I'm gonna redo it. All right, got it. I have to hurry now. So let's put one up here, and I'm gonna clean off and get one more and put down here. Okay, so I paused so I don't take up all your time. Okay, and we'll do the same on the other one, except I'll do it reversed. So I'll do that part and be right back. And you wouldn't have to. You could do them like just as like colored eggs if you wanted to. You could just leave them. So let's do. mm, Let's do the polka dot, but let's do one of those in blue. You know what? I think let's keep the blue for this one. And since this is, I'm calling this the girl one because it's got the pink on the large one, and then I'm alternating the blue. Let's do this flower one here. At least I think that's what that design is. Okay, and then for the other one, we'll go to the pink one because it's on the blue boy now. So let's do um, the lines and then probably the polka dot again because there's not another one. So I'm just using the lint roller to get the extras off. All right, so we'll go above it and get this one. So I did the other one first. That way when I um, scraped down on this one, it wouldn't interfere with that one before getting it on here. All right, friends, we're gonna leave them just like so. So we have our whole Happy Easter scenery here with the bunny, the flower, the little carrots, the whatever it is that I never can figure out still. He's got his little blue bow on. We have our Easter basket because we gotta have an Easter basket for Easter. I got the yellow flowers, a little bit of greenery. This one has the pink bow, chocolate bunny, and different colored eggs. And then we got this little guy over here. He's got a couple carrots and some couple flowers and some eggs as well. And then, of course, I did add that glitter tone to these three, and I left them two without it. And then, of course, they got the chocolate. I'm calling them a chocolate egg with the pink one, and then we reversed did the blue. Then we did these in white. Now they'd be cute in the dark tone. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. It just either would be cute. But I did alternate, of course, from the pink to the blues and the blue to the pinks. Now, we could have added the glitter to these. I just chose not to because I still like the pink by itself. There's always so many things you can do. Nail art has endless possibilities. But I hope you all have a lovely, safe weekend and enjoy your time. I greatly appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will list the Maniology products I used in the description box. Until the next one, have a blessed day, friends. Bye.